with the Chuck. Alright guys, welcome back to the Child's Play review series. Just want to let you know, as you may have noticed, I did not upload any videos yesterday. That is because, as you may tell, I have a cold. And so I just want to take a day off to relax, get better. You know, I got some cold medicine. I feel better today. So we're going to go ahead and talk about Child's Play 3. I have interesting history that I can't go all the way into because it bleeds into Bride of Chucky, but I can tell you the first time I saw this, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw the first scene. I saw where Chucky comes back to life, you know, being put in into the vat, comes back to life, no! And then it cuts to the scene where that shove it up your ass guy from the second one, the CEO guy, he gets killed, you know, by Chucky, you know, though. Nothing like a strangulation to get the circulation going. That scene. And I changed the channel. Now, I'm not going to tell you what I changed it to because, trust me, it didn't help the situation. Those of you who know me, I've told you this story. You know this story. You know why it didn't help the situation. But I'm not going to finish the story until Bride of Chucky. Little cliffhanger for you. Little incentive to watch my Bride of Chucky review, hear the rest of my story. But, yeah, it didn't help at all. So, this one, it takes place 8 years after the second film, despite the fact that it was actually released 1 year after the second film. As a result, they got an older actor to play Andy. It's not Alex Vincent this time, it's Justin Whalen. You didn't even do that. It was Jeremy Irons. You haven't even seen the movie. Anyway, so he's played by Justin Whalen. And yeah, he does a good job. Now Andy is at a military school. He's 16, he's at a military school. And it's been 8 years, which is why the company, the Play Pals Toys, is re-releasing the Good Guy dolls. From 8 years, everything is, gone. All the drama, gone. So, one question I have, though, is, at the end of the second one, they were in that factory, right? Chucky died in the factory. At the beginning, you see this big gob of the plastic, the metal plastic, the blood, everything. Chucky's remains. Alright? So, Chucky has been sitting in that, and also only been 1 year since the other movie was released, but think about this, Chucky's been sitting there in that, factory for 8 years. What happened in 8 years? They didn't really tell us what happened afterwards. What happened to Kyle? What happened with Andy? The fallout from the parents dying? I mean, come on. After Phil died, the mother suspected it was Andy, and they sent Andy back to the orphanage, which is why they didn't, take him to be cops. I don't know. But, then the orphanage lady dies, right? Andy's nowhere to be found. The mom is dead. Or the foster mom is dead. And Kyle disappears as well. The only two survivors of this whole thing are Andy and Kyle. And no one believes that a doll committed the crimes. There was a news story going on at the beginning of this talking about how, how there was a killer doll, one of the dolls, went nuts. Twice. But I just don't understand how a factory, what happened with the factory? How did it get shut down? Did they just decide after this time, we'll just shut it down and not touch anything in the factory? Because there's cobwebs over everything, all the boxes, everything. Didn't touch anything, they just, we'll shut it down. Closed the doors, locked everything. Didn't touch anything, didn't put anything away, didn't close, didn't turn it into a warehouse, nothing. It doesn't make any sense. 8 years, and it's left everything there, including the melted remains of the Chucky doll. Evidence that something happened. Not very good evidence. And what about that one guy's body? The guy who died because the eyeballs went in his face? What happened to him? What happened to his body? Is that still laying there on the conveyor belt or what? Because it's very confusing. I didn't think about that till now. Alright? There's a lot of errors in this movie. There's a lot of people that don't like this movie. I think it's okay. Especially, there's a line. Okay? And I know they took it from Full Metal Jacket, but I heard it first here. When Andy says he's not good with guns, and Shelton says, "That is not a gun. It is a rifle. Major Ellis, sir. Tell Barkley the difference between a rifle and a gun. This is my rifle. This is my gun. This is for shooting, and this is for fun." I love that line. Also, like I said, the one earlier, don't fuck with the Chuck. Chucky's gonna be a bro because Tyler is an African American. I know that's sort of racist, but I've always liked that line. You know, Chucky's gonna be a bro. It's better than I have a date with a 6-year-old boy from the original film. So, you know, give it or take it. Which one's better, at least nowadays, you know? You hear I have a date with a 6-year-old boy, you think, but Chucky's gonna be a bro. It's a little bit better, you think? Don't you think? But anyway, as I didn't mention that line in my review for the original Child's Play because reasons. But anyway, so where was I? Right. So let's talk about the kills. Like I said, the strangulation to the head of the Play Pals toys. That's the first one. You got the garbage guy because they throw Chucky, the general or whatever, throws Chucky in the back of a garbage truck, and Chucky tricks the garbage man thinking there's actually someone back there, and then he kills the guy in the garbage truck. The general then has a heart attack when he sees Chucky. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Shelton dies, and here. Oh, Botnick. Let's talk about Sergeant Botnick. He's playing by Andrew, the guy from Hellraiser. I can't think of his name, but he's in this. Sergeant Botnick, and he sounds like he gets off of shaving people bald, but he's not shaving them bald. He's giving them buzz cuts, flat tops, and buzz cuts. Like he's gonna shave Andy's head and he leaves a flat top, but Tyler's hair is like flat, like a buzz cut. So it's like, I don't know, presto, you're bald. And when Chucky kills him with the clippers, which could never happen, or no, he slices his neck with a straight razor, and he says, "Presto, you're dead." He's laugh, whatever. Yeah. So, like I was saying, Shelton, alright? There is a point, they're gonna do some war games, right? And they have paintball rifles, right? With paint rounds. Chucky goes to the red teams, and he changes out all the paint rounds with live rounds. Which, I'm not a gun expert, but I know that it wouldn't work. They'd get locked up in there and they wouldn't fire. But somehow it still works because it's a movie. Movie magic, And so that's what happens is they start shooting, not realizing they're shooting live rounds, which, why wouldn't you realize that? You hear the ricocheting balls, and they shoot Shelton and he dies. That's when they're like, wait a minute, stop! Someone's gonna die for them to realize they're shooting live rounds, I guess. And then we got Whitehurst, who has the heroic death, alright? Chucky throws a grenade, he jumps on a grenade, as you're supposed to do, even though I wouldn't do that. I mean, it's for saving someone, sure, but he jumps on it, it explodes, he dies. Heroic death, a sad death. Character you care about. You know, he didn't care about Shelton, he didn't care about the garbage man. Didn't even care about the guy that had a heart attack. It was kind of a little bit funny. But, you cared about Shelton. He's always getting picked on. He sees Chucky, and he doesn't see anything because would you want to be called crazy, cuckoo, seeing a doll running around? The only other person that would believe you is Andy. But 2 people, I don't know. Is that enough? And Tyler. But Tyler is tricked by Chucky. Well, we're going to play hide the soul. I'm your friend. My name is Charles. He tells me everything. Chucky thinks because he's got a new body, which he had a new body in the second one, but he thinks since he's got a new body, he can redo the rules. And he tells Tyler his secret. He takes Tyler's body. He doesn't have to go after Andy, even though he tries to kill Andy. But, again, just like the last one, he takes too long, and it doesn't work. Or even if it was going to work to begin with. And, like I said, in the next one, I don't know if I said it, but in the next one, they changed the rules completely. So, I don't know. But they have a great climax at the amusement park where, while chasing Tyler down on a ride, Chucky gets half his face just chopped off. And it's a great look. He has half his, chopped off. It's pretty cool. I wish they had a screenshot. They don't. That's Child's Play 3 there. He's got no, that's 2. Never mind. 3 there. With Da Silva. Because he takes the Da Silva, which is Andy's love interest in this film, hostage. And they exchange her for Tyler, and then they run off to the amusement park. Well, Chucky gets knocked into this big-ass fan, right? Splashed to a million pieces. And then, much like the second film, it ends with Andy, with nonchalantly. Andy gets in a cop car, because somehow, I don't know. I really don't know why he gets taken away in a cop car. But he does, and it just ends with some guy sweeping out the fair. And that's it. Just ends, goes to credits. You don't find out what happens to the other characters. Nothing. He's just taking Andy to jail, and maybe they're just going to get his statement or something. I don't know, but that's what happens there. So any other things I want to talk about? I think that they say that Bride of Chucky was the start of the comedy, but I think this was when they started adding a little bit of comedy into it. Like when he sees Andy has a porno, and he says, "Andy, my, how you've grown." And then he sees Andy and Da Silva kissing, and he says, "Man, I gotta get out of this body." So yeah, there's some comedy in this. And I think it works. I don't think this movie's as bad as people say it is. It's not one of the best, but it's not necessarily one of the worst either. I'm gonna rank these movies. I did Friday the 13th movies. It'll probably be on the bottom half of my ranking just because other ones better. But I do enjoy watching this. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10 for Child's Play 3. What are your thoughts on Child's Play 3? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you not want to ever see it again? Do you think it's the biggest piece of shit in the world? I don't, but you have your own opinions. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, howdy ho.